What's going on, everybody? It's time for the H2G Podcast. I am joined by my fabulous friends. We have the full house, everybody here, back from the mountains or whatever they were doing last week. We've got an exciting show planned for you, my very last chance. Although I've already written this in. I know there's no chance, but my supposed last chance to get into the Game of the Week finals is today. And we've got some very exciting. I will go ahead, and our show is already not rated, and we already put in the initial drop that some of our content may be for adults. Today, that is a very, very, very true statement. So if your kids are listening, put your headphones in. Do not tune out. If you tune out, we will find you and say, why did you do that? I have the pleasure of introducing the man who has won now, I believe, 23 straight Sexiest Man on the Planet awards from the H2G Podcast, Mr. Sir Marvin Scott.
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, dude. How's your week going? What's the best part of it?
My week is going well. The best part of my week was celebrating Thanksgiving. I hope all of you out there had a happy Thanksgiving. I got a lot of time. I got a lot of chances to spend time with just a few cousins. We couldn't do the big family thing this year, but you know, for the most part, got to spend time with mom. That was the most important thing. I didn't get to make the show last week because I was in the air flying to Ohio, but it's good to be back here in Ohio. Just enjoying what's left of this 50-degree weather. I went golfing yesterday, so that was been the best part of my week so far. Minus Thanksgiving. Played so. Tony, I gotta tell you, man, I don't know if you play golf in the cold, but it's hard as shit. But yeah, but it was the last time I probably get a chance to get out for the season. It was great. It was a great week. But I get the...
Well, Marvin, before you pass it off, did you play better than Tiger?
Yeah, I did. I actually putted better than Tiger the other day. Didn't hit too many greens in regulation, but hey, man, I was beastly with my putter the other day. Made a 15-footer off the fringe, and I haven't done that in a while. So that's that was a proud, lucky moment. But I get to introduce the man to the bottom of me on my screen, the man that's been killing it in Game of the Week lately, who's coming up with all types of schemes to make sure I lose. So Richie Phillips, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing well. Well, honestly, that was probably the best part of my week. I love making sure Marvin doesn't win, and this Game of the Week. The best part of my week was Yosemite. I also missed last week's show, as you guys know, and as the audience should know. I was in Yosemite. It was painful. It was brutal, but it was the best part of my week. I went on a trail called Vernal Falls. It's 600 steps. They are not man-made steps. They are stones, and they are a varying height. Sometimes they go up to 3.5 feet in between. So it was brutal. It was about 6,500 feet in elevation just for the vernal part. I would have continued further up towards Half Dome, but my partner is my former assistant, Christy, and she was not able to do anything past that hike. Like, we had to take like a 30-minute, like, she was dead. She was just laying on the rocks by the water. It's at a waterfall, so we got to the top of it and she was just laying by the river. It took a while before she was able to move again. To be honest, she doesn't hike, she doesn't walk. So to do a 10-mile hike of 6,500 feet in elevation, very ambitious, but she pulled it off, and I'm super proud of her. So that was definitely the best part of my week. The other side note is, like usual, I have new tech. I have a new keypad for getting into my place. So all of my guests will now have temporary access codes to be able to open the door one time, and then they're never allowed in again. So looking forward to putting that up after the show.
That's excited another thing to add to the spreadsheet there, but
that's definitely useful, to say the least. And while this isn't my assistant, Christy, this is my former wife, Christy. Christy, how are you doing? And what was the best part of your week?
Good. I'm glad you're back. I missed your face. Even though we did get divorced, I still miss that beautiful face of yours. The best part of my week, I actually started a new job. So that was exciting. But I also had a thank you. Thank you so much. I also had a not so great part of my week. So it's also the anniversary of my dad and my grandma dying. So we did our nice little rum chata shot. So happy rum chata day to all you Wismans out there. But the best part of my week, oh gosh, wow, I'm rambling now. Thank you. Welcome to the show. The kid is smiling so much. I'm changing his diaper and he's smiling and he's not peeing on me. So it's great.
Hey, that's a win. That's a win.
It really is a win. I want to introduce my favorite brother that likes to hit on my mother, DJ Tony Ray, or Sir Tony Ray. How are you? How was your week?
It was great. Thank you, Lady Christy. That is magnificent. I appreciate that. My week was pretty good. I had a lot of things scheduled and a lot of things planned, and we took care of it. A lot of things around the house we did. I went and did some shopping online, of course, at Dick's Sporting Good. Great place to shop. Dick's Sporting Good is really good if you need any kind of sporting attire or sporting gear. You can, you could have got a jacket, Marvin, to take with you to go golfing if you would have went to Dick's Sporting Goods, just so you know. And then it wouldn't have been so hard. Anyway, I also watched a movie.
Dick's now owes us an advertising.
Sorry. I also watched a really good movie with Warren Beatty, Dick Tracy. Al Pacino's also in that movie. It's a great movie. If you need to catch it, make sure you catch it. If you've not seen it, Dick Tracy is really good. I then watched Mary Poppins with my daughter, and Dick Van Dyke is a great actor that's in that movie. If you've not seen Dick in that, you need to go and watch that. Another cool thing is the end of the year's coming. So, I got to pay my respects to Dick Clark, who passed away. That poor guy. I'll be watching the Steelers game. They're going to need to really show some heart on some defense, kind of like they used to when Dick LeBeau was the defensive coordinator. But other than that, it's been a great week. So I have the pleasure and privilege to introduce the man that's wearing the Steelers uniform. How was your week, Sir Justin?
Oh, thank you. That was quite the dick-filled week you've had. My week was good. I got this hat, not the best part of the week, but I haven't gone out to get any Steelers gear in a while, and I saw that Lids was having Black Friday specials, so I was like, hey, what about a hat for the podcast? So I went out and socially distanced myself through the mall. It's terrifying. Do not go to the mall to do any of your shopping. Take lessons from Tony Ray. Do it all online. Luckily, I was the only person that was there for Lids. So social distancing meant like a lot longer getting through, I noticed. But the best part of my week was actually finishing some of the preemptive work on a theater project that I can't really give a whole lot of information on, but you guys know me. I like when I see that there's talent wanting things to do and wanting to express that talent, I try to find an avenue to do so. So I've been working on a little secret project that should be releasing with the new year. And I finished all the preemptive script work for that, which was a bear. It was on my to-do list every single day. And if you have a to-do list and have ADHD, that list just bugs me all the time. Like, man, you piece of crap, you didn't even do one thing off of that today. So when I actually accomplish stuff off the list, it's a great feeling. And when it's a big one that takes a lot of time and a lot of preparation, good feeling. We have one hell of a show for you. It's going to be like Dick was here himself hosting it. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the H2G Podcast.
Yo, what's up? Yeah. Want to give a big shout out to the H2G Podcast for having me.
Let's take a ride.
I'm going to take can ride today, man. Wait. Hey, swerving down the memory lane. I'm just steady going through these things. Travel down this far and winding road. Grateful to be here, but where will I go? Swerving down the memory lane. I'm just steady going through these things. Travel down this far and winding road. I'm grateful to be here, but where will I go? First things first on the list. Gotta give God all the credit. Had a rough start, then jumped in. There's a reason I'm here, my story had to begin. Came through and started giving me life. Even when I was considered a failure to thrive. Family all around kept giving me love. And the devil brought down fellas wasn't enough. Most days I feel comfortable, just throwing up my hands when I don't even know what's next. Where am I headed? You show yourself before, why do I forget it? As I look back and at the facts, you had me in your head so I could stay on the track. So I could stay on the track, yeah. Swerving down the memory lane. I'm just steady going through these things. Travel down this far and winding road. I'm grateful to be here, but where will I go? Swerving down the memory lane. I'm just steady going through these things. Travel down this far and winding road. Grateful to be here, but where will I go? Thank you. Peace out.
Hey, folks, welcome back to the H2G Podcast. And if you didn't notice, I was saying a specific word a lot when I was talking about, the best part of my week. And it was all the great dicks that we were, that I was referring to, that were actors or, sports people or anything like that. But it brought up an idea and a light bulb went off. And it was Christy that came up with this idea. Out of all people on this panel, she wanted to have this conversation. Me, I'm a little bit more shy about speaking about this information. But, if my face starts to turn red, you'll know why. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be talking about, does size really matter? Or is it more of the motion in the ocean? So I'm going to start off here.
Who approved this shit?
It's your show. It's your show, Steve.
It's our show.
Survey shows that while size does matter to some women, there are far fewer who say that it's important. Most women agree it's how a man uses his, the thing that's down there, and whether he excels in other areas, because intercourse is just one part of sex, and sex encompasses so much more. I also found that when it comes to size, women prefer something that's slightly larger circumference than the length size. So if it's long, they'd rather it be a little bit skinnier, and if it's short, they'd like it to be a little bit fatter, okay? Another statistic here before we pass it around. Only 15% of all men have organs larger than 7 inches. And just a tiny 2% are bigger than 8 inches. So, Christy, since you brought it up, you don't have to go first, but whoever wants to talk about it, does size really matter, or is it all about the motion in the ocean? And I've always said, it's not how big your pencil is, it's how well you write in cursive.
That was pretty amazing. I guess I'll start it off. Why not? Let's do this. So I would equate honestly, I'm going to go to when I was a kid. Like, as a young man, we were very uneducated in the United States, in my opinion, right? And we kind of deal with what we think something's supposed to be, and that's usually based on pornography. Let's be honest. We don't really have anything to judge by that. So for the longest time, I did like obsess over this. It's like during my like 10 to 15, 16 range. And I always was like assuming things, and I assumed it was length, as we discussed. And as Tony mentioned, the length of it is not as what people expect, like this 7 inches. What was it, 15%, Tony? Something like that you just said? Yeah. And it's actually, believe it or not, the exact same thing with like height. There's only 15% of dudes are 6 foot in America, but that's what women expect. And it's the same thing when you talk about slightly longer than what is considered average. Although I'm sure Tony could find the average penis size. It's not the same as it used to be, which 6 inches is what it used to be. But I think as you can kind of see, we're like getting shorter and like, I guess, shorter. Yeah. What I would say is this, is through my personal experiences, now I have a much better understanding of sex. And certainly Christy can say her own piece on this, as she's the only woman. What I've experienced through my partners is girth, is what Tony was referring to, is significantly more important than length. Feeling more full is a lot more valuable than like how deep the canal goes, because it's actually only a couple inches and it stretches during intercourse. So yeah, girth matters, guys. That's what matters. It's not length. We can talk about motion of the ocean, but I disagree, because that's kind of like saying, oh, you're either good or you're not. Like, if you understand, like, when you get practice, you'll be good. So yes, size matters. Now, does it matter that much? No, not really. That's kind of the point, right? Like, the length isn't that big of a deal. Now, obviously, women would prefer something that's between 6 and 7 inches, as data researches, but they actually want something closer to like 4.8 inches of girth, more so than that 7 inches. So yeah, you kind of want that like stockiness, so to speak. And if you don't have that, fellas, that's where Tony was talking about. Writing in cursive is very important, right? Because the reality is having vaginal sex and actually getting an orgasm from that is very unlikely. So you got to learn to do the other things really well, boys. Use your tongue, use your hands. I'm surprised I'm going this depth at this point, but here we are. Girth, people, it does like size matters. To say it doesn't matter is pointless. And size versus motion of the ocean. Come on, man. Everybody has to get decent at some point. If they're not decent, it doesn't matter how big their pencil is. But obviously, you want a longer pencil and a wider pencil, as we just discussed. So I'm done with my 2 cents. I feel like I've said what I wanted to say. And it was very awkward watching you laugh and be confused during the process. So here we are.
All right, so here, can you hear the phone call?
I can.
Okay, here we go.
Oh God, who are you calling?
Hello?
Yes, hi, this is Tony Ray on the H2G Podcast. How are you doing today?
Who?
Tony Ray, DJ Tony Ray. You good?
Hey, this is Justo from the H2G Podcast. You probably heard of us now.
Justo, yeah. So we've got a question for you if you don't mind participating today.
Sure.
So we're talking about size, and does size matter? Or is it more about the motion of the ocean? What would you say, dear caller?
Dead silence.
It's an interesting question.
Would you prefer something bigger, or would you prefer somebody that knows what they're doing?
Tony Ray's gonna catch charges on this
Am I
episode.
supposed to answer with what I have?
Well, you can. I mean, you can answer with what you have.
I mean, I guess it's the motion of the ocean then.
There you go. All right. So it's the motion of the ocean and not the size.
Correct.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your call.
Yeah, have a good one.
You as well. So there, folks, you heard it there. That caller will stay anonymous. But it's all about the motion of the ocean, okay? It's not about size. You got to put the work in. You got to practice. All right. If you don't have something that's grand, then you need to be able to perform. And that's all I have to tell you. Take it from me. I know best that it's not always about the size. So there you go.
I would like to add that it's not just size or girth. It's about shape. Shape is a very important thing as well.
Oh,
you
good
don't
point.
want something that looks like a hook. Like, come on.
I mean, if it's a hook, then he just got to angle it right?
Yeah, but then it's like, all right, I've never dealt with a hook. Can't say I know what
That's
to
what I'm
do.
saying. What would you do with a hook?
A straight and narrow path across the ocean is a good way. You can't get across in a paddle boat though, so you got to keep that in mind. You don't want a miniature boat. It's just, you will drown, and not in a good way. The sharks will come for you. Oh, that's like an entirely different conversation. Sorry. Ooh, let's talk everything. It's totally a good combination of everything. Like, you need a nice size and some good motion. And I can't even comment on anything else that Richie said. That was just like cringy. I liked it though.
It's too late.
Good job.
Like I said,
and
personal
Richie and I,
experience.
we've never done anything. We were not actually married, just so we're all clear. This is not something that we are familiar with each other with.
No, no.
I turned bright red when you said something, and I was like, oh God, please don't let people think we slept together. Because that's just, I mean, I'm sure you're great. I mean, your book is full and you got that keypad so one person can get in at a time, or many. I don't know.
No comment. I plead the fifth on this entire conversation. Like, other than I also reiterate, we have not done anything.
Yes, dig a ditch. Or dig a hole?
5.94.
5.94
is the average.
Oh, okay.
5.94 is the average. Or 15.1 centimeters. I like the 15.1.
That sounds bigger. Let's see that. 15.1.
A lot better than 5.94. It's like, what are you packing? Oh, 15. Oh, damn. What are you packing? 5. Yeah.
There you go, fellas. There's a way to inflate your number.
I have a question for you guys though. Have you ever been intimidated, like at the urinal, if you saw someone else was really packing some heat?
No, you don't look at the
Shut up. I know you all have, you dirty, perverted.
You don't look.
You don't look.
There is a rule, and I don't know who's supposed to teach it because I don't remember ever learning it. I just knew it. So I don't know if it's part of being a man, but you don't look, you don't talk, and you don't go closer than a urinal in between you apart.
Yes, you're supposed to space it out.
The buffer. Yeah. It's a buffer.
There's a buffer room. It's a last resort when the buffers are gone.
But however, I will
drinking in the woods.
If it's like packed.
I will tell you, I used the restroom at Bremen Fest, and Richie, if you remember, they had like what do they call those, troughs or whatever, like the animals would eat out of, and that's what you peed in. So really, it was like people packed on you. And I'll just say this: I mean, the rule is you don't look, but if you can see something when you're just looking straight ahead from the sides over here, you know they packing. You know they packing. I've never been intimidated. Most of the time, you don't see nothing, but when you see some, dangling out of the peripheral vision, then you know something's going down.
That's a fair point, Tony. And again, it's not about like intimidation or like fear, concern, or we just don't want to look because it's not appealing, right? Not for us, like as heterosexual men. But anyways, even if it wasn't, like some dude's not just going to be checking out another dude. That's just not something, it's just not polite, honestly, at the end of the day. It's not polite.
I think men are more intimidated by like if you go somewhere and there's somebody that's like muscularly fit and they have like abs.
Fitness level. Yes,
like
I agree.
I think I'm more intimidated by that than if someone was to show me their 13-inch schlong. I'd be like, damn, dude, good job.
Right? Good job, buddy.
Good job. He was blessed. He was born with that. You know what I mean? But somebody that's like packed out, 6-pack, I'm like, damn, my wife looking at Marvin again.
Yeah, that's exactly the point, because like, with physique, it's something you work for. And if you're lazy, like size is all like genetics and that means nothing. But the bottom line is like your fitness level is something we could achieve if we weren't also lazy. So when you see that, that's kind of like, oh damn, like, all right, hun, we need to like leave the beach. You know, that's I think that's more. I agree with Tony for sure. That's something that we psychologically are like, all right, let's get out of here.
Well, before I give my 2 cents on this, I want to be cool too. I'm gonna call somebody. But I don't have hot sounding women on the line. I'm only friends with the people that we get to. Hey, is this comedian Tony Watson? That's your full name, right? Hello? Yeah, he hung up. Okay. is this
That's probably because
Tony
he's
Watson?
a shower, not a grower.
Okay. All right. This is weird. My phone's broken and the whole podcast knows this now. So I have to speak while it's not on speaker and then put you on speaker. But you're on the H2G podcast right now, man. We're wondering to know what's more important, the size of one's organ or the motion of the ocean?
Okay. Well, I think that depends on what organ we're talking about specifically. Because, I don't know, if I had a gigantic kidney, that'd probably be a problem.
I think we're referring to an organ that's specific to males.
Okay. Well, it's 2020, so gotta be open. Ocean, outside of the man. Man, because most of the ocean has a lot to do with the size of the boat. You know? Don't think about that. But if I'm speaking from personal experience, I think most of the ocean is a lot more important.
All right, man. Thanks. That's comedian Tony Watson. All right. So here's my thing, and I looked it up. I pulled it to Tony. Woman's vagina is a sex organ, right? That organ, on average, is from 3 to 7 inches deep. So having a 16-inch schlong or anything longer than 7-inch schlong could actually be a negative factor. Not to say that I've had to deal with this, but it's really disappointing when what you think might be working for you is strongly working against you. I'm gonna say that knowing what you're doing, and somebody, I can't remember who, but like 60 to 70% of this, right, is actually mental. It's all of the game, what's going on. It doesn't have anything to do with what physically happens. There's only, I know they wrote a whole book that's got like a bunch of different positions you can do it in, but there's only so much you can do physically to improve the experience. Mentally is where I think the key is. So the motion of the ocean's part of that game, but I think guys, if you're not born with a 14-inch dick, don't feel bad about yourself. Because you probably would never get laid then anyway. If you found a chick and you whip that monster out, she's gonna be like, no, I want to have kids someday, so fuck off.
And sometimes you want a bigger size, because if you have a specific size, you're limited to certain positions. I'm not speaking from experience. I'm asking for a friend or telling for a friend. but if you only got 4 inches, you can't do certain positions. If you've got, I'm just being honest, it just don't work out that way, or it's just like,
no, for sure,
just playing peekaboo, but not really getting really too far, where it needs to go. But hey, I'm just speaking for a friend.
Speaking for a friend, yeah. I mean, I would tell your friend what you just said is, if you are limited for whatever reason, then you have to learn what you can do and what you can't do. I mean, there's not much else to say. And I get that's where the motion of the ocean kind of thing comes in. But I mean, I just feel like this is such a challenging question, because the reality is, of course, like I said, we all want experienced partner. But if you could have all I'm saying is equal footing, if one's bigger than the other, you're gonna take the one that's bigger. Come on, guys. This is America. You get extra large Cokes. You know what I mean? Like, that's just what you do when you get drinks. Nobody wants the 4-ounce thing. They want the 20-ounce. It is what it is, man.
I just want to say, ladies and fellas
Supersize
out there,
meal.
I used to get the supersized meal at McDonald's, and right now I am eating a plant-based nature cracker, and it's delicious.
This guy.
Sometimes you don't have to get the extra large fry to be satisfied.
I just want to say, for being the sarcastic ass I am, if I came across a 20-inch thing, I would literally probably make a joke about cutting half of it off. And guys would not be into that. Like, we don't even need half of it. Just cut it off. Yeah, it probably would not go over well.
So you'd still take 11?
Marvin, you've been shaking your head, man.
So you'd still take 11, Christy?
We could cut 2/3 off.
Okay,
What do you think, Marv? You've been analyzing this.
We got hooks, we got peekaboos, we got, what else we got that I didn't name? I've been trying to come up with a way to tackle this conversation, y'all. Y'all throwing so many things at me. Richie, I mean, you've thrown some interesting points. Tony, you got some interesting points. Christy, you definitely had some interesting points. Justin, I didn't forget about you, man. You got some interesting points too. This was tough. Because based off experience, I would say it's 50-50. The women that I've encountered appreciate the size, but I have found that they also appreciate how you use it and the consistency. It's all about consistency of how you use it, because I have had, we've all had, friends, guys we've talked to, and they've, had an encounter once, and that was it. The woman didn't come back, and they were braggadocious about the size, the girth, width, whatever, but they necessarily didn't know how to use it, because per that conversation, here's what a guy doesn't want to get out there in the grapevine or out there in the ether. You don't want her to tell her other friends and then that get back to the friend circle. You don't want that to happen. You don't want to be braggadocious about your size or your length or whatever, and then that you can't live up to those expectations when it comes down to performance. So it all comes down to knowing.
For no reason.
Right. So it all comes down to knowing what to do with your instrument.
So Marvin, it sounds like I should probably undersell, is what you're telling me, not oversell.
I'd say you should undersell. Yeah.
Okay, because it sounds like if I tell my exact size and then it doesn't perform to her expectations, I'm gonna hit a friend circle, is what you're telling me.
No, not exactly.
No, not exactly.
I'm saying if you were on the opposite end and you told her your size and she was impressed with how big it was, and you lived up to that expectation, I mean, that's all well and good. But it's like Tiger Woods said last week, how long can you do it? Like, can you do it 5 years, 10 years, 20 years? I mean, you see couples on TV land and, TV One, they interview all the time about, keeping their sexual escapades going, no matter what age it is. So that's what I'm saying. I mean, you could brag about size all day long. That's great, but you better know what to do with it for a long time. It's all about consistency.
Marvin, I think we should flip the script. I know we're on short time. I saw the thing here. But Christy, why is the pressure on us? Why is the pressure on guys to make this happen? And why is that a common thing that a one-night engagement needs to be broadcast to the immediate friend group? Because that doesn't necessarily always happen with them.
I mean, it's not like we brag about it, but it's just so. I mean,
they don't say when it's a good time. They say when it's a bad time, right?
No, if we want it, we can get it at any time. Guys are the ones that have to brag because they're like, I worked so hard to go get a one-night stand. And we're just like, yeah, we were bored. It's fine. I said, hey, nice shoes. And And you fall into it.
But that's why that's why, Justin, what she just said, that's why it matters and why you have to care, is because women have access whenever they want. Like, that's the reality. You don't. So you got to make your shots count, as Marvin was talking about. Like, that's why there is an expectation, because you don't have the luxury, so to speak, of that. It's not your, like, it's both of your choices, but it's her choice, like, period. Always, and always will be. So at the end of the day, you better, practice or do what you got to do to make it happen. And honestly, like, listening to Marv, man, this guy always has everything. I know our timer's running out. Marv, you do not get a retort. You do not get a rebuttal. Tony's going to close the show out. But can you believe this guy? Always handsome, always on the top end of the spectrum. He's always in that top 2%. Tony already said what the percent is, so we're not going to say what Marv is right now, but he in the top 2%, according to Tony. So, Tony, I'm done.
I want to make a motion that we change Sir Marvin's name to Sir Subway, because he's working with a $5 footlong, clearly.
Yes.
All right.
Only here on the H2G podcast do you have conversations like this, folks. We've never gone this way before, but it was quite fun. I will piggyback off of what Christy and Richie said. It's something I told Carrie about, which is my wife. It's called P power. And women have the P power, because she could walk into a bar and just go, like, "Ugh!" And every guy would be like, ooh, she crazy, but I'm gonna go ahead and tap that shit real quick. Whereas a guy, I can walk in, be all decked out, looking good, talking fly, buying drinks, and I might get one phone number. That's just the way it goes. And hopefully she's already drunk. But anyway, that's our time. Stay tuned for Game of the Week. We've got it coming right at you. This is the H2G
Podcast.
Hi, guys. You are listening to the H2G Podcast. My name is comedian Tony Watson. Yes, that is my real name. My mom must have just knew that I was going to be funny. Here's a joke. I am fat. Yeah, I don't have a shirt on right now, so I'm looking right at it. Just take my word. You learn a lot about yourself when you gain weight, Like, I definitely eat too much in my car to not have tinted windows. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's starting to become a problem. I would just really like some privacy when I'm crying and stuffing an entire Taco Bell party pack down my throat. The problem is that I drive a white van. Yeah, I can only really think of one reason why a white van would need tinted windows. That's just if they're trying to steal a kid. Yeah, not me. I'm just self-conscious. You know what I mean? So if I was trying to kidnap somebody, they could easily outrun me. I would try to give them candy, but I already ate all of it. So, all right. Thanks for listening, guys. Bye.
All right, folks, it is time for Game of the Week. Tony and I have been slaving away preparing this game. We've asked the panel to provide their answers and their feedback, and we are about to begin. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have 2 rounds. First round is going to be trivia, fill in the blank. All of our contestants have provided answers, and what's going to happen is we are going to ask the question, give the answers. Each panelist will say what answer they want. They can say it live. So for instance, if I ask the question like 2 + 2 equals 4, 6, 7, 8, Justin would say whatever he wants to say. So let's say he says 4, Christy says 6, Marvin says 8. Well, if Marvin said 8 and Justin picked 8 as his answer when he submitted it, Justin gets a point for tricking Marvin. So the correct answers were 2 points. And if anyone picks your answer, then you get 1 bonus point in addition to your chance at getting a question. So it's possible between our 3 contestants that you could get 4 points in a single question because you could get the right answer and the other 2 could use your answer that you incorrectly gave on purpose. So Tony is going to help me. We're going to keep track and we're going to alternate. I'll keep track of the points. That will be round 1. Round 2 is let's get to know the contestants. We have 10 questions, 2 questions for each of us. The answers will be what that person picked as their answer. So when it's a question about Richie, whatever I said is the answer is the real answer. So it doesn't matter what you picked, or even if it's right in terms of being accurate about the person. Whatever the person answered is the correct answer. So that means you are guaranteed to get 2 questions right no matter what at the end of the game. Justin will guaranteedly get 2 questions out of 10. Christy will get 2 out of 10. Marvin will get 2 out of 10. So you are guaranteed that. All points in round 1 are worth 2 for the correct and 1 for a lie. All points in round 2 are worth 5 points for correct and 2 points for a lie. So, big stakes in round 2, but round 1 does matter. There are 30 questions in round 1, and there are 10 questions in round 2. Does anyone have any questions before we begin Game of the Week?
I don't have a question, but just to clarify what today represents. So basically, I'm scoreless.
You are scoreless.
I think for 3 seasons. We can go back and see if I've ever gotten a win. I don't even remember if when we played games back at Wright State, I got wins. But anyway, I'm scoreless. And Marvin and Christy both have 1 point. If I were to somehow pull a win today, then we're going to have a mini game of the week, I think is what we decided on the finale.
Yes.
Decide who gets to be in that spot. Tony and Richie, you have secured your spot to face for the Anything Champion. And one of the 3 of us will for sure get that. But if I lose today, then the 4 of you are for sure going on.
Okay. So high stakes for Justin. And everybody else, it doesn't really matter, although I'm getting some violins from the castmates here. All right, people, let's begin. In 1997, Nelson Mandela said, "These are my heroes." Surprisingly, he was talking about meeting blank. Was it orphan children, Republicans, the Backstreet Boys, the South African soccer team, or the Spice Girls? Justin.
The South African soccer team sounds right.
The South African soccer team. Okay. Christy.
That's what I'm going with. Yeah, South African soccer team.
Marvin.
Spice Girls.
Spice Girls by Marvin. The correct answer is the Spice Girls. Marvin gets 2 points. The lie was by Tony, so there are no points given to anyone else.
All right.
Number 2.
Number 2. In 2017, Texas state lawmaker Tom Oliverson urged people not to use blank. Was it public toilets? I don't know. Condoms, Chilean flag emojis, eggplant emojis, or bleach? Justin.
I hope it's not condoms. Bleach.
Okay. Christy?
Let's go with condoms.
Marvin?
Public bathrooms.
All right. It was Chilean flag emojis was the correct answer. Public toilets was Christy. Condoms was Justin. And bleach was mine.
Yes. So we are at a score of 2-1-1. I'm not going to do it every round, but nonetheless, it's anyone's game right now. Number 3. South Dakota had to cancel a public safety campaign due to people reading it as sexual euphemism. The message was, don't blank and blank. Oh, buddy. Don't jerk and drive. Don't finger and drive. Don't jack off and drive. Don't suck and walk. Don't pull and drive. Or don't bump and drive. Justin. A public safety campaign that was construed as a sexual euphemism.
Don't bump and walk. We'll go with that.
You're gonna go with
Is that what it was?
wait. It was bump and drive.
What was the walk one?
There's also suck and walk.
Oh no. I think bump and drive might be the one.
Bump and drive. Christy.
Can you just read them all again?
Yes. Is it don't jerk and drive? Don't finger and drive? Don't jack off and drive? Don't suck and walk? Don't pull and drive? Or don't bump and drive?
Let's go with jack off.
No, jack off and drive. Okay, Marvin.
Don't jack off and drive.
Don't jack off and drive. Okay. The correct answer is don't jerk and drive. I would like to say Marvin picked his own questions, so he does not get a point for that. Marvin's answer was jack off and drive, and Tony's was bump and drive. So no points were awarded for that. Tony.
Gosh. I'm sorry, I'm still laughing. Marvin picked his own. He was trying to get that one point.
He picked his own.
He was trying to get that one point.
He was trying to cheat.
In Mary Shelley's 1831 preface to Frankenstein, the author explains the novel was inspired by A pile of dead bodies at a morgue her father worked at, a lake, frog legs, his mother, lug nuts, or her father. In Mary Shelley's 1831 preface to Frankenstein, the author explains the novel was inspired by Justin?
Father?
Christy?
Frog legs.
Marvin?
Frog legs.
Frog legs is correct. Her father was mine, so sorry, Justin.
But on the plus side, you did not pick one of your opponents, so they do not get an additional point. In 2015, Finnish police started a strange social media campaign asking the public to report anyone selling blank. Was it cheap pizza, their bodies for money, bootleg CDs, ass, boxed wine, or fish? Justin.
I can't compose myself. Selling fish.
Selling fish. Christy.
I'm gonna say fish too.
Okay. Marvin.
Body.
Their bodies for money? Okay.
Yeah.
The correct answer was cheap pizza. Fish was Tony's, so no points are awarded. And Christy gets 1 point for their bodies from Marvin.
At least 7 different mountain peaks in Utah share the odd name Boob Hat, No Clue, Dick Mountain, Mindy's Peaks, Molly's Nipple, and Tits.
Oh, the Indies.
Say? At least 7 Different mountain peaks in Utah share the odd name Boob Hat, No Clue, Dick Mountain, Mindy's Peaks, Molly's Nipple, and Tits.
Wait, is it on Justin or is it on
Yes,
me?
it's on Justin. We're waiting on Justin.
I said Indies, didn't I?
Oh.
Indies Peaks.
Mindy's Peaks? Okay.
Mindy's Peaks, okay.
Okay,
All right,
sorry.
Christy?
We didn't hear you.
I'm going with the peaks too.
Mindy's Peaks. Okay. Marvin?
Mindy's Peaks.
All right, the correct answer was Molly's Nipple. Mindy's Peak was Richie's answer, so
Nobody gets In March 2017, Boston residents were surprised by a massive snowstorm. They were even more surprised when they found their streets being plowed by blank. Was it a mini cruiser, GoDaddy.com, a horse and buggy, a snowplow, penis shovels, or Pornhub? Justin.
The most logical out of that to be shocked, I guess, would be the horse and buggy.
Horse and buggy. Okay. Christy.
I don't know. Penis shovel is pretty logical.
Okay, penis shovel. Final
Let's
answer?
just go with snowplow. No, snowplow.
You're going with snowplow. Okay. Marvin.
Yeah.
Mini Cruiser.
The mini cruiser. The mini cruiser was Tony, so that is incorrect. The snowplow was Marvin, so Marvin is awarded 1 point. And Justin picked his own horse and buggy, so he gets no points.
Well, I thought maybe I was right and you just didn't.
Tony.
what was the correct answer?
Oh, sorry. You're right. The correct answer was Pornhub.
All right. Number
What?
Yes, Pornhub
Pornhub.
shoveled the snow for Boston in 2017. Yeah.
Number 8. Let's see if I don't butcher this. Sphenopalatine ganglioneuralgia may sound like a life-threatening affliction, but you've probably already had it if you've ever had an orgasm, smoked, sucked a dick, eaten ice cream, or fart. Justin?
Oh, Jesus. Let's go with smoked.
Christy?
I'm going to go with fart.
All right. Marvin?
Orgasm.
Nope. Orgasm was Christie's, smoked was Marvin, and fart was Richie. The answer was eaten ice cream, like a brain freeze. That's what sphenopalatine ganglioneuralgia is talking about. Is the
Good job on that one, Tony. Woo, that's a tough one to say. Okay, tweet time. Former pro wrestler The Iron Sheik tweeted, Hulk Hogan sex tale is Stuart Little movie, and my sex tape movie is the blank. Was it Bad Santa, Spider-Man, Jurassic Park, The Notebook, or The Iron Giant? Justin.
And we don't use our own answers.
The Notebook.
The Notebook.
Well, I know that.
Christy.
Let's go with the Iron Giant.
The Iron Giant. And Marvin, to answer your question, if you believe you know the answer, use the answer. The correct answer is the point of this.
All right.
So Marvin.
Jurassic Park.
I played a little funny on Marvin. I found a Jurassic Park reference. The correct answer is Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
The Iron Giant was Justin's, so he gets a point. And then the Notebook, it was Christie's. So everyone got something out of that one.
All right, number 10. The police department of the Canadian town of Kensington publicly apologized for their 2016 announcement that the new punishment for driving drunk would be being mounted by a Maltese horse, castration, listening to Nickelback, watching The Office, and finishing a 24-pack.
I'm gonna go ahead and say being mounted by a Maltese horse, just because I can't see these two coming up with that.
Can I hear the last two? I totally missed that.
Yes. Watching The Office and finishing a 24-pack.
Oh, finishing a 24-pack. That's a good punishment. Do that.
Okay. Marvin?
Castration.
All right, let's close ourselves. Castration was Justin's. Finishing a 24-pack was mine. Mounted by a Maltese horse is Christy. And the correct answer is listening to Nickelback.
Shut the front door. That's such a good punishment.
Oh my god.
So yes.
Chrissy, very creative.
Creative. DCM, a company from the Netherlands, invented a new product that could help save the environment by stopping blank. Was it procreation, horse farts, pig farts, cow burps, fishing, or wind turbines?
I'll go with pig farts.
You're going with pig farts. Okay.
I'm going to go with cow burps.
Cow burps. Okay. Marvin.
We'll go with wind turbines.
Wind turbines. Okay. Wind turbines is Marvin, so he automatically does not get a point.
Yeah.
Justin went with pig farts, which was Tony's, so he does not get a point. And Christy correctly answered cow burps. DCM invented a product for cow burps.
Number 12. Despite an online campaign from fans, Danny DeVito stated in 2017 that he would be the new voice of SpongeBob SquarePants, the Lorax, Big Bird, Pikachu, or Alexa, meaning the Alexa app, I'm guessing. Justin.
The Lorax sounds right.
Christy.
What was the third one?
You had SpongeBob, the Lorax, Big Bird, Pikachu, and Alexa.
Let's go SpongeBob.
Marvin.
Pikachu.
Pikachu is correct. The Lorax was Christy, SpongeBob was Justin.
Shit's rigged.
Monroe Isidore, a 107-year-old man from Arkansas, died during a blank. Was it an orgasm, a heart attack, a tornado drill, a shootout, a cookout, or a fishing outing?
Let's say cookout.
Cookout, okay.
Fishing outing.
Fishing outing. Marvin.
Shootout.
A shootout. And with the correct answer, Marvin is right. It was a shootout. The cookout was mine, and the fishing outing was Tony's, so no other points are awarded. Currently, Marvin is up 13. Christy has 10. Justin has 4.
All right.
Why are we even still playing?
It's still the second round.
Owning 55,000 of them, Ted Turner has the world's largest private collection of bobbleheads, Pez dispensers, cigars, bison, or Zaxby's? What is he trying to say, Richie?
Zaxby's.
Zaxby's.
Yeah, thank you.
Bobbleheads.
Christy?
Pez dispensers.
Marvin?
Name my choices one more time.
Bobbleheads, Pez dispensers, cigars, bison, or Zaxby's?
Let's go bobbleheads.
All right. Bobbleheads was Christie's. Pez dispensers was Justin. The correct answer was bison. He owns about 2.4 million acres that he puts these bison on. If you know who Ted Turner is, he sold CNN for about $7 million. I'm sorry, $7 billion.
$billion.
Yeah, $7 billion. All right.
A study published in the journal H2G reported that cows produce 5% more milk when they are given blank. Is it massages, bells, milk, food, estrogen, or names? Justin.
Massages.
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 Massages. What do you think, Marv?
Me. Sorry.
You're so sexy,
one
Marvin.
more time, Richie.
Of course.
One more time, Richie. Yeah, got us frozen now.
Cows produce 5% more milk when they are given massages, bells, milk, food, estrogen, or names.
Milk.
Milk. Justin gets 1 point for milk, because that is his answer. The other two both picked massages, which is Tony's, so no points are awarded. The correct answer is names.
Oh, right.
I just thought, you give them 5% milk to drink.
They'd output more milk.
They got more.
In 2002, Bruce Willis sent 12,000 boxes of blank to the U.S. soldiers in Afghanistan. In those boxes, was it Maxim magazine, cookies, Twinkies, cigars, Die Hard movies, and by cookies, referring to Girl Scout cookies? So Maxim magazine, Girl Scout cookies, Twinkies, cigars, or Die Hard movies?
I'm going to go with Maxim.
Christy?
Does it say what time of year?
No.
I want to make sure those Girl Scout cookies are fresh. Oh, shoot. That'd be super vain if he sent Die Hard movies. He's not that big of an asshole, is he? Was it Christmas time? Because everyone knows Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Let's go with Twinkies.
Marvin?
We're gonna go with Girl Scout cookies.
Girl Scout cookies is the correct answer, sir. Twinkies was Justin's, and Maxim Magazines was Christy.
It's rigged. It was rigged from the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Plan.
You watch them.
Marvin is up 15. Christy has 13. Justin has 7.
They said the correct.
He's still in this game.
He's still in this game.
Awesome.
The electric chair was invented by a professional blank named Alfred Southwick. Was it a dentist, electrician, a woodsmith, a mechanic, an author, or a race car driver? Justin.
A race car driver.
Race car driver. Christy.
Dentist. They like to put people in chairs and stuff.
A dentist. Marvin.
Go with a dentist.
You're going to go with a dentist as well. The correct answer is a dentist. The race car driver was Tony, so no points are awarded.
All right, Mike Tyson tweeted, "I'm a bad blank." Was it, "I'm a bad mamma jamma"? "I'm a bad motherfucker"? "I'm a bad man"? "I'm a bad bowler"? Or "I'm a bad actor"?
I want to say my own. I don't want to be wrong. I'm just gonna say bad damn it.
Christy?
What did you say?
He said bad mamma jamma.
Okay. I'll go with bad mamma jamma.
Marvin?
I'm gonna go with bad motherfucker.
All right. Bad. Marvin, you're killing me. No, bad. The correct answer is bad bowler. Bad mamma jamma was Christy, and bad motherfucker was you, Marvin.
So Christy, to clarify, does not get a point for herself. However, she did get a point from Justin. On November 12th, 1970, George Thornton, a high-watt engineer in Oregon, had an unusual job of blowing up a blank. Was it a urinal, a dead whale, a bridge, a dolphin, a bank, or a gold mine?
Came back to me. The dead whale.
A dead whale. Okay. Christy.
I'll go with the dead whale too.
Christy will also go with a dead whale. Marvin.
I'm gonna go with dead whale.
A dead. Wow, they all picked a dead whale, and you are all correct. It was a dead whale. So the points remain the same.
Shouldn't have said anything. I don't know why.
That's
Yeah, you completely like tilted your hand when you said, "Oh, it's the," you know, why'd you do that? Why would you ever do that? And he's complained about the game being rigged.
Fucking rigged. You tricked me into saying it.
All right, people in Kamouraskata, if I butchered that name, people from there, it's too fucking bad. Maine hold an annual race where they use blank as boats. Is it a lobster, pumpkins, coconuts, blimp? Justin? Lobsters, pumpkins, coconuts, or blimp?
I feel like pumpkins wouldn't float. I'm gonna say blimp because that's the most inflated thing on the list.
Pumpkins do float though. I'm going with pumpkins.
Bullshit. How do you know this?
Because where I'm from, they do a little thing called Pumpkin Fest, and we check to see if everything floats.
They do. I'm gonna go with blimps. Go with just orange.
All right. Blimps is not right. That's Rich's answer.
Yeah.
Pumpkins is the correct answer.
What?
Pumpkins float.
You gotta be kidding me.
You could float on a pumpkin.
As a young student in Buenos Aires, Pope Francis worked as blank. Was it a detective, a journalist, a dishwasher, a janitor, a barista, or a bouncer?
Barista sounds okay.
Is that your answer? Barista.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with janitor.
You're going with janitor. Marvin.
Or a janitor.
And you're also going with janitor. Well, you named that answer, so you cannot get a point for yourself, but you do get 1 point for janitor.
Ooh, gets 1
And
point.
barista was Christy. The correct answer was Pope Francis was a bouncer, people. He was a bad boy. Don't mess with Pope Francis.
But he had a lot of jobs.
All right, here we go.
You mean to tell me he never worked in a coffee shop ever?
I cannot confirm or deny, but the bouncer is the correct answer.
Daspigal is an adjective meaning having blank buttocks. Is it having a flat buttocks, having a hairy buttocks, having a fat buttocks, having a flappy buttocks, having a large buttocks, or having a cellulite buttocks?
What's the term again?
Daspigal.
Let's go with flat.
Okay. Christy?
I'm pretty sure Richie has daspical because it means hairy buttocks.
Marvin?
Cellulite buttocks.
Nope. Christy was correct about Richie having a...
No. The answer is hairy buttocks. I do not have a hairy ass, okay? Let's be very clear with our words here.
All right, so the answer was hairy. Flat was Christy, and cellulite was me.
Oh, man. A woman in Muncie, Indiana was hospitalized after trying to remove a callus on her foot with a blank. Was it a shotgun, a chainsaw, a knife, a machete, or a saw? I assume a saw being a handsaw as opposed to a chainsaw.
Let's go with a knife.
Going with the knife, okay. Christy?
That's not a knife. This is a knife. I'm gonna go with a machete.
A machete.
Gonna go with machete on this one, yeah.
And the machete. Justin gains 2 points for that one. For the machete. That was Justin's lie. The other being Marvin getting a point for knife. The correct answer was a shotgun.
Ah, so I get a point for that, yeah.
She's from the same region that Christy's from.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Hey, I'm gonna be late to the pumpkin festival. I'm gonna take this word off.
Utah's Lehigh City Council approved a request to change the name of blank road because it sounded sort of dirty. Was it the name of the road Dick Bag? Cunt? Glory? Morning Glory? Crotch Bag? Or Shark Road?
That was crap.
Did you read the options again? One more time on the options.
All right. You want me to say all these again? All these roads. Dick Bag Road, Crotch Bag Road, Cunt Road, Glory Road, Morning Glory Road, or Shart Road.
Whew.
Can't believe you made me say all that again.
I can't believe you said it all again. I can't believe you said it in the first place. Morning Glory is what I'm gonna go with.
All right, Christy.
I know Shart Road is actually a thing. It's totally a road that I've seen. I think that's in Lima. Oh, good Lord. Let's go with morning. Oh, wait, no. Let's go with Glory. Is it Glory Hole Road or just Glory Road?
Just Glory.
All right, let's go with Morning Glory Road.
Okay. Marvin?
What Glory Hole Road?
That's not one.
It's not an answer.
No, you want either Glory Road or Morning Glory Road or Dick Bag Road or Road or...
All right, got it. Okay, got it. We'll do Morning Glory then.
All right, Morning Glory is the correct answer, and Shart Road is a road, Christy. It's by that Bob Evans that we all used to go to in Springboro.
The first item listed on eBay was a broken blank. Was it a lawnmower, a CD player, a typewriter, a vibrator, or a laser pointer?
What were the first two again?
A lawnmower or a CD player?
I'm gonna go with the CD player.
Okay. Christy.
That's the one I was going to go for. But let's instead go with lawnmower.
Lawnmower. Marvin.
I'm gonna go with wait. What was mine? One more time for me. Name it for me one more time.
You got it. Was it a broken lawnmower, CD player, typewriter, vibrator, or laser pointer?
Laser pointer.
Laser pointer. The correct answer is laser pointer. CD player and lawnmower were mine and Tony, so no points will be awarded outside of that. The current score is Marvin with 25, Christy with 26, and Justin with 13.
What?
We can stop. We can have a mercy rule. We don't even have to keep doing this.
Here we go.
We still have round two, baby.
Christy's in this game.
No, because I'm not in the lead, so I know there's no like triple up option at the end coming. Like,
in 2013, a wealthy Michigan man bought the house next to his ex-wife and erected a giant bronze statue of a hung stallion, himself, a middle finger, or a penis.
I'll go with the middle finger.
Okay.
go with the hung stallion.
Okay.
I so badly want to say the penis just because I think that'd be so hilarious. Let's do the middle finger.
Middle finger is correct. Hung stallion was Christie's. So she got 3 points on that one.
She did. Dr. Seuss is credited with coining this common derogatory term in his 1950 book, If I Ran the Zoo. Was it nerd, run the races, whore, goofball, or dilly dilly? Justin.
That's nerd. Let's go with nerd. Even though I
Justin
really
with nerd.
know.
Christy.
Let's go with Hoa.
Going with whore. Okay. Marvin.
I'm going with Dilly Dilly this week.
Marvin's going with Dilly Dilly. Well, Dilly Dilly was Tony's, so no points are awarded.
I knew it was his. I've heard him say it before.
Whore was Justin, so Justin got a point. And Justin correctly answered nerd, so Justin got 3 points. The score is Christy 29, Marvin 27, Justin 16.
All right. The original name for the search engine that became Google was Alphabet, Ask Jeeves, Backrub, Go, or Jarvis.
Ask Jeeves was its competitor. It was fuck, can you read those again?
Yep. Alphabet, Ask Jeeves, Backrub, Go, or Jarvis.
Oh shit, it was back rub, maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
I know too that it's not. Let's go with Go.
Marvin?
Okay. One more time for me, Tony.
The original name for the search engine that became Google was it Alphabet, Ask Jeeves, Backrub, Go, or Jarvis?
Ask Jeeves.
Ask Jeeves was yours, Go was Justin, and Backrub was the correct answer.
Justin is now at 19 points to 29 and 27. He has gained 6 points in 2 rounds. He is not out of the woods like he keeps to think.
Still not even close.
Ben and Jerry only started making ice cream because it was too expensive to make. Blank. They made ice cream because it was too expensive to make. Blank. Was it chocolate, sandwiches, shoes, bagels, lube, or cake? Justin.
Here, cake. Sorry.
Cake. Okay.
I'm going to say chocolate.
Chocolate, okay. Marvin.
Sandwiches.
Sandwiches. Sandwiches was mine, so no points are awarded. Chocolate was Justin. Cake was Marvin. The correct answer was bagels.
All right. Maryland's official state sport is badminton, soccer, football, jousting, or lacrosse. Maryland's official state sport is badminton, soccer, football, jousting, or lacrosse.
I'm gonna kick myself. I'm gonna say badminton.
Okay. Christy?
I'm going to say jousting.
All right. Marvin?
Jousting.
Jousting is correct. And badminton was Christie's.
Literally knew that was gonna be the exact result.
So, at the end of the first round, Marvin has 30, Justin has 20, and Christy has 32. We are heading into the second round, where the points are at 5 for correct answers. You're guaranteed 10 points because you will answer your own answers correctly. You will not be participating in your own questions for obvious reasons. So, 2 points will be awarded to anybody who can get a steal for a lie. Let's go. We're starting with Christy's question. Christy was asked to describe herself in 3 words. Christy wrote, sarcastic, magnanimous, super incredibly good looking, sarcastic, asshole, blunt, badass bitch, basic ass bitch, badass mama. Justin.
The first one. Whatever
The first one, sarcastic, magnanimous, super incredibly good looking. Okay. Marvin.
Yes.
What do you think?
Gonna go with what was the second one?
Sarcastic, asshole, blunt.
I go to the first one.
Sarcastic, magnanimous, super incredibly good looking.
No, I'll go with what's the third one?
The third one is badass bitch.
Fourth,
Basic ass bitch.
we'll go with the fourth.
Basic ass bitch. That was mine, so you get no points. The correct answer was the first one. Sarcastic, magnanimous, super incredibly good looking. Somebody doesn't have a complex or anything. Tony, take it away.
Right.
Question number 2. If Christy had a sandwich named after her, the 2 main ingredients would be oil and vinegar, jalapeno and beer, Swiss and ham, shrimp and octopus, or cookie dough and ice cream.
I'm gonna say Swiss and ham.
All right. Marvin?
Besides Swiss and ham, what else I got?
Swiss and ham, oil and vinegar, jalapeno and beer, shrimp and octopus, cookie dough and ice cream.
Cookie dough and ice cream.
Cookie dough and ice cream is incorrect.
Damn.
Swiss and ham, but you're lucky no one gets the points for the steal because that was my answer.
Word.
So
What was the correct answer?
say it one more time.
What was the correct answer?
Swiss and ham, you got it right.
Oh, word.
Yep. Justin's gaining. The score is 30 Marvin. Justin 30. Caught up. Christy at 44 though. So here we go, guys. Marvin questions. Marvin, you get your free points so you can mute your mic. You're good to go on this one. A perfect date for Marvin would definitely include blank. Was it coitus, a nice walk and candlelit dinner, a dinner, wine, steak, and a bear, or cocoa butter and tissue? Justin.
I'm sorry. One more time.
No problem. A perfect date for Marvin would definitely include coitus, a nice walk and candlelit dinner, a dinner, wine, steak, and a bear, or cocoa butter and tissue.
I want to go with nice walk and a dinner.
Okay. Christy.
I so badly want it to include a bear, but I'm guessing it's just the nice dinner.
The nice walk and a dinner.
Or,
Okay.
yes, that.
Okay. You are both correct. Marvin did choose a nice walk and candlelit dinner. He did not choose cocoa butter and tissue, Tony.
All right, the second one.
Oh, you motherfucker.
I knew that was Tony's.
The nerdiest thing Marvin likes to do is blank. Is it to stare at himself in a mirror while practicing playing a role for sexiest male librarian with glasses? Reading acting books? Playing video games? reading Harry Potter books, or dress up and watch Star Wars movies?
I'm gonna go with reading acting books.
All right. Christy?
Reading acting books. That was one, right?
Yes. Yes, and your baby agrees because you all got the right answer. Reading acting books is the correct answer. Not reading Harry Potter books, not playing video games, and not dressing up and watching Star Wars.
And so with that, the score is Marvin 40, Justin 40, Christy 54. We are now at the Justin questions. Justin gets his answers for free. The last text message Justin sent was about the podcast, DeFuck, covering audio, a Scientology Zoom webinar, or a booty call. Christy.
Covering audio.
Covering audio. Okay.
Go covering audio.
Marvin. Covering audio. You are both correct. It is covering audio.
All right, part 2 for Justin. Which statement about Justin is true? He loves lamps, loves the Steelers. He has been shot in the right kneecap while playing on a trampoline as an 11-year-old. He failed English in high school, or the Justo's Best original show name was Party Rock Hour. What statement is true?
Well, and more accurately, which one did Justin pick?
I swore we'd never talk about this.
Can you say them again?
Yes, loves lamp, loves the Steelers. He has been shot in the right kneecap while playing on a trampoline as an 11-year-old. Failed English in high school. Justo's Best original show name was Party Rock Hour.
I'm going to say he failed English.
Okay. Marvin?
I'm gonna say he failed English.
Failed English is incorrect. That was
I
original.
am happy to report I was in AP English. Thank you very much.
And you should also be happy to report
I mean, in such a
they picked my lie, so nobody got points there. So Justin, you just gained some headway. The score is now Christy 59, Justin 50, Marvin 45. We have 4 more questions. We are on Richie questions now. The household chore Richie would pay cold, hard cash to avoid doing is cleaning the toilet, dishes, cleaning the bathroom, laundry, or cleaning up cum stains. Justin.
Oh, I'm rethinking myself. I feel like you're not a big fan, though. I'm gonna say toilet. Cleaning the toilet.
Cleaning the toilet, okay?
I think you hate cleaning the entire bathroom.
Marv?
Bathroom.
You're muted. We have no.
Just like that, Justin has gained some headway because cleaning the bathroom was his lie. Right there. Cleaning the toilet was Christie's. I do not like doing the laundry. That is, I will pay somebody to do my laundry. And I do.
All right. Part 2 for Richie. The trashiest website Richie frequents is it Pornhub?
H2G.
Is it Tinder? Is it Twitter? Or is it Granny Bangs R Us? Once again, is it Pornhub, Tinder, Twitter, or Granny Bangs R Us?
I haven't done a lot of this in my game or on my turns, but I'm gonna pick Tinder.
Okay, Chrissy.
Wait, did you say Grinder?
I did not.
I'm just kidding. Sorry. Let's go with Twitter.
All right, Marvin.
Pornhub.
Marvin.
Going straight for it.
Pornhub is yours, Marvin. So
You don't get points.
that don't get any points.
I also put Pornhub. Don't I get points?
Twitter is the correct answer, Christy. And Tinder is what Justin picked. So
I thought I was on with it.
You guessed your own.
all right.
We are finally in Tony's questions, the last of the Mohegans. The score is Christy 69, Justin 60, Marvin 45. Marvin, this game is rigged.
It is.
Question one.
Bullshit.
One of the weirdest injuries Tony has ever had was a sprained pinky finger, a groin injury, a sprained PP, a broken tailbone, or a neck bubble.
Neck bubble sounds good. Let's go with neck bubble.
Okay. Neck bubble. Christy.
What the hell is a neck bubble? I mean, it sounds so fake. Let's go with it. Neck bubble.
You're going to go with neck bubble as well instead of sprained PP. You got it. Marvin.
I'm just going. That sprained PP was one.
Yes, sprained PP was one.
I'm gonna go with neck bubble.
Okay. Marvin. Poor Tony. Sprained PP was Justin's, just so you guys know. Neck bubble, you all guessed, and that is the correct answer.
And I will tell you what that is at a later time. Part 2. If Tony had to pick a new name, it would be Lapido, Deontay, Marvin, Solomon, or Jesus.
I'm gonna go with Lapido.
Christy?
Deontay.
Marvin?
We're gonna go with what was the last one?
Jesus.
Nah.
There is that low-hanging fruit of Marvin.
Just repeat. Well, yeah, that's it. We're gonna go with Marvin.
Marvin? Okay. Marvin is the one that Justin put out there, so that is incorrect.
Damn you, Justin.
Deontay is what you put out there, so that's incorrect. Lapido is what Christy put out there, so that's incorrect. The correct answer is Jesus, because that's what my wife says all the time to me. She says, Jesus, stop that. Jesus, stop doing that. So I should just change my name to Jesus.
All right, folks. We have concluded both rounds. And with a final not final score, but at our current scores, we have Christy in the lead at 76, Justin at 67, and Marvin at 52. And Marvin, you know, we've talked many times before, and you said these games are always rigged. And I'd like to inform all of you there's a third round, and that round is a 10-point giveaway, and it's going to Justin because he's been the host of season 1. So with that 10-point slide, Justin has 77, Christy has 76, and Marvin has 52. So give it up for your winner, Justin Duvall, Sir John McClane. This game is rigged. I said it from the start. There's no logic, and you can't control the outcome.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
God.
Well,
It's rigged.
Is I had to cheat to win. And
But you won.
what happened if I would have lost? I wouldn't have done that.
Houston Astros of Game of the Week.
Yeah. The Houston Astros, because that's a thing.
Let's just say there's only one commissioner of this week's Game of the Week, and it is me, and you will not be able to overrule this turning, unfortunately. These points were fraudulent, but they exist. That round happened, unfortunately. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, was our Baloney Game of the Week. Stay tuned for our next topic. You're listening to the H2G Podcast.
Baloney.
Welcome back to the H2G Podcast. I finally got a win, even if I had to cheat to get it. But, well, I didn't even cheat. Richie cheated for me. That's awesome. So we always come up with things to talk about in our topics. And something that we brought up briefly last week and I thought we should bring up again with everybody here, was the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air had their reunion show on HBO Max. And something I thought I would just, did you know about different sitcoms and TVs? So to start with that show, Fresh Prince, did you guys know that there was actually 2 Aunt Vivs?
Yes.
Okay. You guys know?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Now, the question that I'll ask first is, which Aunt Viv did it better? Who was the better Aunt Viv? That's the here. It's Janet Hubert was the first Aunt Viv. She played for 3 seasons, I do believe, and then Daphne Maxwell Reed, I apologize, picked it up from there. Some great moments with both. Does anybody have an opinion on who would be the better Aunt Viv when it comes to that?
Who was the better one? Yeah, I have an opinion. Aunt Viv number 1. I'm not going to go with their names. That's too much work. Aunt Viv number 1 was the best Aunt Viv. She was a boss. She was very spicy. Again, just to clarify, I didn't watch the reunion. As Justin has mentioned, there's kind of like details about it. So I don't know why she was replaced. All I can say is she was just a more prominent character. Like a lot more stories involved Aunt Viv 1 than Aunt Viv 2. And that's kind of why I was just like not feeling it. Aunt Viv 1 was like super cool. And to me, like more like what I would want to consider how the show was. And obviously I have to be very careful with how I say this because I'm not a black person. Let's clarify this. But to me, Aunt Viv came off much more like real to me with Aunt Viv 1 than Aunt Viv 2. Aunt Viv 2 did come off just like a Bel-Air like wife, so to speak. And I really enjoyed Aunt Viv 1 because she was more like trying to get Carlton to like, accept who he was, so to speak. Like there was a lot more about like the world is not, so great to you from Aunt Viv 1 to Carlton, because obviously Will Smith came from Philly in the hood, and that was the whole point of the show for him. So it was more like trying to get Carlton to understand you're not going to have this luxurious life, and people, your father has kind of built this empire, so to speak. And like Aunt Viv 2 was just like, all right, like I'm this married rich lady, and I don't want to get into like racial dynamics of that, but I feel like a lot of that, like that was gone, that culture that she kind of brought to the show. So I don't really like Aunt Viv 2 personally. I didn't feel like she really did much, but I haven't watched the show in like 5 years, so I could be off. Hit me up in the comments, blast me if I'm wrong, people, or panel. But that's my perspective of why Aunt Viv 1 was way cooler than Aunt Viv 2. Not even close.
Yeah, no, I totally understand what you're saying. She was more raw, and she added more spice, to the show. The other one, like you said, it was just, I don't know. I didn't like her as much as I liked Aunt Viv 1. And now I will tell you, I liked the relationship that James Avery, the dad, had with Aunt Viv 2. It was a little bit different than Aunt Viv 1. But Aunt Viv 1, it's kind of funny how I'm trying to say this, but the first one, like she ran that house. You know what I mean? You could tell that she was running the house. The second one, you didn't really get that vibe. So I totally understand where you're coming from, Richie. But for me, a great show. But James Avery was the reason why I love that show so much. Not even so much Will Smith. The dad was such a big part of that show. And they even talked about that during the reunion, how big his presence was for them to continue to make that show possible, and how it was so joyous for them to actually go to work and learn something. Will Smith said he really learned how to be an actor from James Avery. So that's really big.
Not just big physically, but a big presence in general.
Absolutely.
Marvin, I know you're a fan of the show. Daphne was the second and Janet was the first. Was there an Aunt Viv that touched you more? And I will say there was a transition also talked about, we don't want to spoil the reunion for anybody, but also talked about that they realized when the show got through the pilot, through the first season, that there was more to the relationship between Carlton and Will than they had originally perceived. So they did take a different direction as well. Not to say that the Viv switch didn't have a lot to do with it as well, but I just wanted to kind of toss it in. What were your thoughts, Marvin?
I think the first Aunt Viv resonated with me more because she was, I mean, like you said, like the first Aunt Viv we saw, she ran that household. She was like the mom. She was educated. She was powerful. She really exemplified like the opposite of that Bel-Air wife. Like she had came from, like she was like a, you know, like I like to describe a rose grown out of concrete. Like I felt like she was this character who had built herself up to have this confidence, and I think that she played like such a key part in developing the characters in the very beginning. You saw how she stepped up in moments of like where was racial tension. Like she was just more of a character that had like just of an impact in those kind of episodes that really sent a message. I just felt that the first Aunt Viv was more powerful than the second one in terms of that. Like the second Aunt Viv to me was more of a lighter romantic approach for Uncle Phil, you know, and I like that dynamic. But I think that the first Aunt Viv had such a profound impact on the show. You know, the first one. I mean, because you know, watching Will and Janet Huber reconcile in that interview was really powerful because she wasn't fired from the show. She did not accept that last contract, and she explains furthermore on Red Table Talk or Hulu. You guys can check that out. Go look at the Fresh Prince reunion. That's on Hulu, HBO Max. It's really nice. They got like Tony was saying, beautiful dedication to James Avery. And then, you know, Will discussed that falling out. And in that falling out, you remember, you know, it's impossible to forget the first Aunt Viv. You know, she played a key role. And if, you know, disputes on set, you know, or between management and contracts didn't happen, she would have continued to made an impact on the show. But I think that they wanted to go in a different direction. And, you know, when you look at it as a whole, like after the first Aunt Viv was gone, they went in a different direction as far as putting more attention on the relationship between Carlton and Will. You know, Hillary becoming her own, really just being her own person and nobody changing her. And Ashley developing into her own as a teenager and a singer on the show. I love the show, but I also think that the first Aunt Viv, they just ran out of space for like her being involved in the story. Like the other characters were developing their own relationships. They were tightening them up, and so I think that the second Aunt Viv was more integral for that. She kept that, you know, it's more of the decoy rather, the peaceful decoy. So, but overall, I think the first Aunt Viv gets it from me.
So Christy, and we'll send it over to you for the end here. Same question, which Aunt Viv did you prefer? And just to shed a little light on what he was talking about, without giving too much away from the interview, because I think any Fresh Prince fan should check it out. It's beautiful. The whole reunion. I mean, the dedication to James Avery had me in tears before it even got to the halfway point. Essentially, there was a lot going on in Janet Hubert's life. And there was a lot going on set, and there was some disagreements about the direction of her contract or whatever. But she also had she's had multiple vocal into the media statements about Will Smith and his attitude and the way he treats his fellow actors or whatever. That's not as common from the rest of his fellow castmates. What does it say to you that he was able to, after this feud went on for 27 years, guys, public feud, and Will reached out as a part of this reunion and said, we can't do this. We can't reunite the cast and bring back the set and reminisce on this show without the Aunt Viv that started it all. And this is a lot of questions to answer, but how do you feel on a short take about Daphne Reid having to step up into that family of now 3 seasons created this beautiful chemistry?
That is a really long question. I'll give it to you though. It's very well thought out. That's, I don't know, like you have to rise to any challenge that you're given. But trying to get over a 27-year feud, I mean, I'm trying to get over like a 1-year feud with someone that is very, very close to me. So, I don't know, trying to get past that, that's rough in and of itself. But which Aunt Viv I like the most? I totally didn't even realize there were two. I totally just looked it up when you said it. And I like the first one. She was there, like mentally, she was so sharp, like witty, everything. And the second one, she was super lovey and stuff, which you love that too. It's like marriage goals. But yeah, I don't know. Did I answer your question? I kind of just talk.
I thank you guys for chiming in on that, because it was such a good, again, I think you said it's on Hulu too, Marvin. It's for sure on HBO Max. It's the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah, HBO Max. Mm-hmm.
They return to the set. They cover a lot of great moments from the show, some cool behind the scenes stuff. This awesome 27-year feud put to bed finally. So we want to get some feedback from you guys on what to talk about. I think the Did You Know is kind of cool. So let us know what you think. I mean, there's a lot more we can dig into. If there's a show or a movie series or a franchise or an overrated topic you'd like us to get at, let us know in the comments on the watch party. We thank you for joining us. Don't go anywhere. We got a little surprise for you, and then we're going to close it off with the last word. You're watching the H2G
Podcast.
I don't speak for the whole town, but don't nobody want a dang girlish sheriff.
What exactly is wrong with a woman being town sheriff?
It's just madness.
Yes, that's it. A metamorphosis. Wait. No. This is not good. Humans are not butterflies. This could cause permanent injury. Or worse, even death, I fear. Undoubtedly others would have fallen prey to this man's sales tactic.
You and Elizabeth.
Oh, I am so much more now. And soon will be as well. My dear Ava.
Why the hell, Briarstone? What did any of these folks ever do to you?
What the Sam hell's going on?
One taste guarantees a life change. Forever.
Welcome back, folks. You are listening to the H2G Podcast. It's that time of the show where we say our goodbyes, but it's not goodbyes. See you later. Oh, damn. What the hell is
What?
Is that on your end?
What the world?
You remember me, Justin? I've been on the show twice. It was fun. I'm funny. I'm much funnier than a prank phone call about penis size. All right? I deserve more than that. I have a podcast too, you know. It's pretty funny. You've been on it 3 times. I've had you on 3 times. You know what? You're going to have us all on. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. Yeah, you'll see. You'll see what Curious Cats is all about. Check us out. We'll see you next week.
All right, we're back live, Marvin. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Like I was saying, y'all, y'all watching the H2G podcast. We're at that time of the hour where we do say our goodbyes, but it's not goodbye. I'll see you later. I want to take this time to congratulate my friend on winning Game of the Week, Sir John McClane. Justin, you killed it today, bro. Like you came in today's game. You said what was going to happen. You proclaimed it. You manifested the win, and you got it, brother. You finally got the win. I'm sure the folks out there that are watching the show are proud of you, as we are on this panel. Me, Richie, Tony, and Christy. Let's give a round of applause for Justin winning his first game of the week of the season. We're so proud. We're very proud.
Having
proud. There was no rigness. Y'all. I can't complain this time. I cannot complain. But I just want to thank you all for taking your time to watch us this Sunday, as you do every week. You're helping us out, and we're helping you out. Hopefully, we say something that can entertain you, can move you. That's what we do every week. I want to thank my good friends on the panel. Start with Miss Christy. It's always lovely to see her. Richie, thank you for putting Game of the Week together, brother. That was some hard work, man. It wasn't rigged, so I have no right to complain. Tony, my main man, it's always great to spend time with you, brother, every week. Definitely appreciate all of you, every single last one of you. And we just want to tell you out there, keep your head up, stay safe, wear your mask. Hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. I know you guys got those trees up. Y'all couldn't wait. Y'all got the lights out. I know I gotta get mine out. Gotta help moms do that soon. But we wanna just make sure that you guys are just safe. That's all, and you're entertained. But sit tight, and we'll see y'all next week. I'm running out of stuff to say. But I'm gonna kick it over to Justin, and we'll see y'all soon.
Thank you, sir. Well, thank you for whatever odds had fallen in my favor somehow. And congratulations to Marvin for knowing a ridiculous amount of things that I don't know how he knew. We will make sure that there's not too many more of these weird glitches going on. Hopefully we can get that fixed and figure out what's going on with that. I want to say thank you to you because the real answer to the best part of my week every week is doing this show and getting a chance to kick back and be goofy. And are you five? I'm sorry, I forgot we've got a new co-host, and he's trying to get up here. He'll get up to the mic one of these days. Thank you to the guest. Thank you for sticking with us today, as we got a little more raunchy than we usually do. But we like to have fun, and we want to know what you guys think. So I can't say that enough. Please, in the comments below or on the H2GPodcast.com under the contact tab, let us know what you think of the show. We are planning on making some more changes to fit you. That's what this is about. You getting a chance to see the show and enjoy it. So if there's topics, if there's artists, if there's anybody that you think that we should bring on the show, or anybody you think we should talk about on the show, or anybody you think we should call out on the show, we'll do it. Just hit us up in the comments or on H2GPodcast.com. We are coming up to our finale. We're going to break for the holidays, but I keep watching the H2GPodcast.com and our Facebook and our YouTube for some potential holiday surprises in between. We don't like to go too long without seeing each other. Wear your damn mask. Live, laugh, love like it's your last. Have a good week, guys. I'm going to send it over to the lady with the baby, Lady Christy.
Thank you, and congratulations on your very much rigged point. Way to go, Richie. So proud of you and your game of the week. No, actually, you deserve a point because the whole Beatles fiasco from like 3 episodes ago, that was garbage. Should have been thrown out. Richie, terrible game of the week. This one was good. Good job. So proud of you. Although I did win that one game of the week, so I can't really complain that much. But it was all guessing and no skill involved. Although I knew like 2 questions. Anyway, yeah, I guess I really don't have any final words because he's not going to let me get any in. Stay safe, have fun, and put your trees up. Woo!
Oh, well, I would like to say Justin deserves a win, because if there's one thing I've learned in America is when a white man does not have a success, we have to propel him to success. So he has finally gotten his first win.
I concede my point.
I'm kidding, folks at home. Kidding. Obviously, we've just been kind of a little edgier today. I just thought it'd be fun to do that. Justin has mostly had to host, particularly in like season 1 and 2. So he never got to play. Obviously, that's why his W and L record is what it is. So I would also like to clarify that it wouldn't have mattered how preposterous the point lead I needed to give him was. He was going to get it. So it only happened to be 10, which isn't as bad. It could have been 60 if it had to be. So let's clarify that the rigging wasn't so bad. 10 points is not that big. That's technically only 2 questions in the second round, rather. So it wasn't so bad. What I will say as a side note is, if you haven't checked us out on our YouTube, make sure you like and click the bell to subscribe to our YouTube account. We are on YouTube as well, in addition to our Facebooks, our Spotifys. You can find us pretty much everywhere, our iHeartRadio. I would like to also side plug August Smart Locks, the perfect smart lock for you. Because unlike other smart locks, you don't have to change the lock. You only have to fix the back. So you can keep your old keys. You're not making new keys, baby. That's exactly why I bought this. Plus, it takes 5 minutes to install. I'm going to do it right after the podcast. I'd also like to say, check out our Instagram, because by the time you see this episode, you're going to see some of my Yosemite pics. You'll get to see one of the most beautiful parks in the country. I'd like to thank my guests and my co-hosts, because without them, this show would be nothing. It's always a blast with you guys, except for Christy. Sometimes it's a blast with you. I will say, all of your answers involving me were just disrespectful. So I wasn't thrilled, but thank you so much. And what I will say is a reminder for all of you is in all of your relationships, personal, business, etc., romantic, it's very important you listen. I think sometimes we get caught up in words, and sometimes we get frustrated, angry, etc. Somebody says something we don't like, but just have an open heart and understand they're saying it because they need to say it. And if they need to say it, you need to receive it in a manner that they don't feel threatened or that their space is invaded. So when somebody says something to you, listen, don't react, right? Just acknowledge that, you've received it, and don't say anything, nasty. Even if you feel in the moment it's nasty, take time to reflect on it and get back to it, because at the end of the day, you'll probably understand whatever they're feeling is bigger than that moment, that argument, that disagreement. And I think a lot of us, we get caught up in those feelings and those emotions too easily. So make sure you take the time to respect the people who value your opinion enough to be honest with you, because it's not easy to be honest, particularly when it gets challenging and hard. It's not easy to tell somebody, you're disrespecting me, or I feel like that, or I'm angry with you, or I'm upset with you about this. And don't react, don't get defensive. There's no reason to do that. Just accept it, take a minute on your own, process it. And if you still feel the way you do after the fact, have that conversation later. And with that, that's the end of my segment. Tony, please close this out.
All right. Thank you, good sir. What a fantastic, out of this world show we had today. So we talked about a lot of different things. In the first topic, size, motion of the ocean, we had a great game of the week. Richie, hats off to you. It was magnificent. Did a hell of a job there. Justin, congratulations on winning, but it didn't even matter. You could have had 10 points. You still were going to win, according to Richie. So congratulations to you. Christy, hell of a job almost winning, but you had no chance anyway. I feel sorry. I apologize. But you're going to come back stronger and better than ever next week. I can't wait to the game of the week to see what happens. Hopefully no rigging and everything will be straightforward from there, but whoever knows how this will go, right? Marvin, I'm glad you're in Ohio. I'm glad you had a great time with your family. I'm just going to say this, and then we'll end it up. So this upcoming week, I'm going to spend a lot of time, kind of like I did last week, where, I watch Dick Van Dyke movies and things of that nature. But this upcoming week, I'm really going to focus on, I've been listening to a lot of Cox Radio, and Cox Radio is magnificent. There's a record producer named Carl Cox, and he's out of Britain. He does techno music. If you don't know about him, you definitely need to look into him. I'm also going to spend a lot of time watching some X-Men movies because Brian Cox is in those movies, and I love Brian Cox. I really want to watch Scream. Scream's a great movie. Courtney Cox is in that. So there's a lot of Cox and a lot of Dicks that I've been watching the last couple of weeks and the future weeks. I hope you know what I did there, because I did it in the beginning. You're watching and listening to the H2G Podcast. Stay safe, wear a mask, do your damn thing. We'll see you next time.